start recording Kerbal, so that, you know, got that going for me. Okay. My head was not attached, I would put it somewhere.
Appears like it.
One of those nights, I guess. This is one of those nights. Maybe I put more no, you know what? I already have solar panels on there. Probably not a good idea. Batteries certainly wouldn't hurt. That would be nice. Okay. Need batteries. Need we need our radial nuclear waste. That many. And we need our radial. Oh. Oh, those are me. That many. There you go. Going to generate a lot of fracking electric charge, that's for sure. That's actually fine. That actually works out really well. Alright, so this is going to be payload. We'll build something around it, so let's that. Start building section here. Call this final site space station and final. And I think probably just space station. Command module, and this is the final. So if I can build this out to the final, should be good to go. Oh, let's see. This. Oh, save crafts. Have our craft that we just built. Yeah, what do it all. That's what I meant to do. This, set up. This. Crafts. Lifters. That works. I can make that work. No RCS on this at all. That won't work. So. issue on that thing though. I don't do the trick. Okay, where's my axe? Lighting. Okay, plenty of RCS now. Action. Base for some heating, power. Kick off all these engines. Off.
What did you forget to do last time? There was something you forgot.
Struts. I might not even need, but I'm gonna double check this to be honest. Then. It changed the launcher though, so it's a little. There's not as many parts to it now, the lifter, but the engines are just stronger. So hopefully that solves that problem. Might need struts. Why? I'm gonna strip this bad boy, just sure. So silly to not have struts. Just to find out that you're like, man, I really wish I had struts in this thing so it doesn't like crush apart. What the heck was that?
Please tell me you're gonna fix that one strut.
The one that just like looked like it was punching out there. Yeah,
One of them, one set of struts is inside the yellow on the side engines, and one set of struts goes from the inside to the middle outside. It's gonna drive me crazy. See that?
Alright.
Yeah.
He's picky. Oh my god.
Did you see what I mean?
Yeah. I fixed it.
There you go. Thank you.
He's me. All right, I need to just get some wings on this bad boy real quick. We're gonna put them on the outer caddy corner here, though. On. I'll help a little. All right, so we got the engine set up. Got some separating engines now. Strutted. We have communications and a control system here. When this breaks away, we do not have communications or a control system, so that would be fortunate. So one of those, and control, command and control. No, those guys. Maybe some batteries. Wait, I don't really need batteries, but we're gonna put 2 on it.
Then you put them up top the batteries.
Yeah, when this breaks away, there might be an issue with batteries. I'm not 100% sure. So, monopropellant is like through the roof. Oh, but it was. You know what? This is fine. Oh, this is an unmanned launch. There will be no Kerbals going up on this thing. Okay.
I saw that.
You can give that a try. Alright, so this is almost done. Thank you. Yeah, it's exactly... Get out of my head, deck. Exactly what I was thinking. I need something to hold this bad boy up or I'll crash. Okay, I'll save that and we can launch. We can launch. We look like we're in a good place here. A lot of good delta V. Easily get up into orbit. Not even a question. I got a big old nuclear reactor that we can kick on to add to our space station here. Solo, it's going well. How are you? How are things going? I just started on my little Kerbal endeavor tonight. Because why not? Super late Kerbal's the way to go. Oh, what the?
Oh, there went the Red Bull.
Okay. Yeah, just do a real quick.
Oh, wobbles.
New bot, yes, Botissimo. So we were running into an issue, obviously, with like Mixer and Twitch, and being able to like try to bring the two in, so that way people from Mixer can see Twitch and Twitch can see Mixer. So you see on the bottom right hand corner, I now have a chat box. Yeah, I know, right? Pro. um, so I was using Nightbot, but Nightbot doesn't offer like cross-platform, and Battissimo does. So Battissimoing it up now. See how that goes. Seems to be good. It has the same features, so as Nightbot does, which is nice. Horrible.
Please put them in the center.
I'm gonna try. Hard because like the placements, like it sees the two.
Then put one on each side of the cylinders.
There we go. I got it. That worked. Not perfect, but it worked. Yeah, I hope so too, Solo. It's really, the focus is like around if we're gonna have chat from 2 different services, like just trying to like make it easier for both services to coexist, if possible, if that can be possible. Else, but we'll save. Should save. Should go back and double check that it's back to second. First, we'll see if the struts work. Go back and save it, and then actually launch it. What do we got here? Got you. I mean, it's strutted. I'm not really sure what else to say at that point. I'm sure I'll be fine. The famous last words. I'm sure he'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Jebediah's not in there, so you know he's not going to die at least. Not going to lose Jeb in the process. I'll make one more alteration here. Yeah, famous last word. Whatever. World.
God, you drive me crazy.
Doesn't have to be perfect. They're eventually just going to be ripped off anyway. They just have to be there. What am I working on? Space station, power, final. Right. That's perfect. Done. Done. Save. Launch. Go. Do it. Let's do it. Let's get this sucker up to that space station and
Let's crash and nuclear bomb the whole planet. Come on, let's go.
Deck. Words of encouragement.
I want to see how Kerbal handles nuclear winter.
I don't know, man.
When your nuclear reactor crashes into the surface.
Leave my nuclear reactor out of this.
And they explode spectacularly.
Okay, someone asked what this is. Oh, this is... Okay, so this is power management. That's what that is. It doesn't show up anywhere, so it seems kind of silly. Alright, whatever. Did I not load? Whatever. Don't need that thing. Probably don't even... It's Ampere, that's what it was. It's Ampere. Two station, alpha station. Guidance action, alpha station. Launch to rendezvous. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Hey. Captain Care. This seems 100 times more complicated than any ship I could ever... You know what? It just... Sure, you can make something just as complicated. Just a matter of trial and error, over and over and over again. Having some like deck in your ear, making fun of you whenever you blow up.
Or put your struts crooked.
Look at this thing trying to get up there. Go for it, Big Papa. Do it. Mech Jab's like, I am not going to get this into orbit for you as much as you want to try. Like, try as you may. Still love the clouds. Still a big fan. I know. Not quite as bad. Probably a little too much reaction wheel on this. But I think it'll be alright. It's also this here, right? Like this center section. I should have made this wider. That's what I should have done. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it enough. Okay. See, that didn't go as well as I was hoping. So let's just see how much just got ripped off. Oh, critical failure deck. Critical failure.
Oh boy! Oh god!
No! We have a
And
critical failure.
the nuclear bomb goes back towards the planet.
Oh no! Kerbal joint reinforced. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this thing. It has no hope. It's a nuclear bomb.
Oh,
No.
everyone prepare for nuclear winter.
Oh my god. All right. All right. Well, that's not gonna work. We're gonna maybe it floats. I don't think so, man. That thing's like 10 tons of just nuke. It's actually it was a very simple issue. I should have had the the solid thrust boosters here. I either should have not used them at all, or better is to have flipped them over so that they did what I was hoping they would do. There it is. That's what I wanted from them. I had them backwards. No, I don't want them to. I don't want them to bring the stage up. I want them to push the stage back. Is this career mode? This is science career mode, so no money. But most certainly career in the sense of like you have to get science to move forward. So that's what we're doing. Though we're pretty far in the tech tree for science, so a lot of this will end up turning into, now that the science is done, then just I have some colony ideas, and I don't know if I'll go to regular career mode, but we'll see. The whole idea of having to deal with the money aspect can sometimes be a pain in the balls, and the contracts are fun, but I don't know. See. All right, we'll try this again now. So we're gonna rendezvous with Alpha Station. We're gonna let Mac Jab do this one more time.
Love that wobble.
Yeah. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
So, on the rockets that are on the sides there, is there a secondary like bracket you can put that bolts it to the center part? Like it appears that it's missing at the top, and that's why it's wobbling back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't put another set of the
Like clamp or whatever.
I can't put another set of these on because it won't work. I really shouldn't have these fuel tanks here. Or what I should have done is, you see how like the releasing joint is so low on the ship? It
Yeah,
should have been.
that's
It should be
the
higher.
center.
It should be higher.
Yeah, that's probably why
Um,
they're wobbling. Yeah.
that being said, it'll do. I think it got up there. The problem when it first staged had nothing to do with the wobbliness and everything to do with the fact that I had
With the
these
fact
my
that you shot
solid
the
rocket
rocket
boosters
straight
were
up into
basically
it.
kicked off, and they were like, okay, we're gonna take it with us. Where I wanted them to point. Oh God, what happened there? Oh man, fast time warp just had a freaking heart attack. Okay, all right.
Oh God!
No, no,
What happened there?
that was time warp because I don't. Okay, I have to fix this. All right, I'll fix it. 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 It's so silly because I want to use this more than once. I don't want it to always be broken. So give me 1 second here. Let's revert the flight to assembly. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. So stupid to me. Monkeying around like this. I know better. Being lazy about it. Alright, let's fix this.
Can you make that bigger than it is?
Um, this thing?
The bracket that you're
Actually,
putting in the
I
center.
can scale it bigger. Good call,
Yeah.
Deck.
Make it
You,
bigger so it holds better.
you smarty pants. You'll be playing Kerbal in no time. The thing is, I can't get this thing to down on the vessel properly without. I want to like down here like this. I'm not sure that it actually attached that way. No, it attached right to the vessel. That up here for a second. Get a new fuel tank using MRS fuel tank by 5, MRS 2 by 5. Nope, nope. Nope.
Don't you have a damn search at the top?
There it is. Yeah, look at all these struts. They're trying to figure out, what were you doing? I feel like it's too low. I overcompensated. See if I can get it higher without. Better. That'll work. Okay, that's gonna do better for us. Deal with the fuel ducts. I gotta, okay. Do these struts real quick so I can figure out where the struts have to go. That strut. That strut. Struts everywhere.
You had like a yellow line between them too. Is that like
Yep.
a fuel line or something?
Yeah, it's a fuel line. I have to fix the I have to fix these boosters, the other set of boosters, and once I fix them I can put all the fuel lines back. This guy's set up here. Those are the first to, those are the second to come off. Should be the seconds to. Okay, so that's good. I'll fix this guy here. I could okay. Not what I meant to do at all. Totally broke it.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Trying to fix the side part without having to like delete it, but unfortunately like I have to delete it. I'm not gonna win the battle on this one. That's just how it was done. Like I put the rocket down first, and then I put the fuel tank on it, and so the rocket is acting as the primary, and the booster is the primary, and then the fuel is the secondary. And so if I want to control it by moving the fuel tank around, I have to put the fuel tank on first. So, or I just have to remove it and fix it. Rack happened there. Didn't like mark it as 2. That's weird. That's super weird. Use the move tool. Oh, idiot. Dilly dilly go. I'm an idiot.
Oh god.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I forgot. I totally forgot there's a move tool in the damn game. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you I appreciate you making that comment, cause oh man. Ay, ay, ay.
You just broke everything, didn't you?
I did. What is going here? This thing is like paying attention at all. Alright, what is up? Parts fracking everywhere. My God, seriously, what is wrong with my workspace tonight, guys? Holy
Oh my
cow!
god.
What is wrong with me? I don't remember the move
All I
tool.
wanted to do is see this take off before I went to bed, and you're just dragging this thing out.
Oh, I don't want you to leave yet. Hey, forever. You may never leave. Going there now. I'm getting
You
there.
need to hurry up and fix this.
Fixing it. Fixing it. Best I can.
Lies.
Not lying. I mean, I'm not intentionally lying. Just sometimes it happens.
It's gotta go higher. Oh, you're doing that.
Better. Better, better. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Almost
Struts
done.
fuel line.
Struts and fuel lines. Alright. We want the guys on the left and the right to go there. Gonna feed these guys. Gonna feed. Oh, it's already there. Nice. Into that tank, right? He feels those. Those. All right. These. Those. So all those engines kick off at the same time. These guys stage off first, right? These guys stage off first. Yeah, those should stage off first. So it's this guy and those engines and these engines, right? Yes, yes, yes. And then this guy breaks off with these sets of engines. Then that, and aha! Aha! I think we have it. I think we're gonna try it just like this. I don't think I forgot anything. I got fuel lines, I got struts. I positioned the couplers so that way they were a little more controlling of the weight
Make
and
sure
not
you save it.
I did save it. I did save it. I actually think it saves every time you launch. It does like an auto save of it. So I did save it as well. All right. Let's rock and roll, everyone. Let's get this big guy into space, shall we? Better. But I think what we're going to do here is we're not going to launch. We're just going to launch. Is what we're gonna do. What's this guy's altitude? The rendezvous, his altitude is launch into guidance. Launch into plane. I want to launch like now. So his inclination is 0. Stick to that's just 0. 0 works. The altitude is 250,000, so we're going to do an orbital altitude of 200 kilometers. And we'll get up close and personal afterwards. All right. Lift off in 3, 2, 1. Better. Boy. Wobbly. And this. Bet you this.
Is it because you have the two discs fighting each other?
No, I think it's I have too much SAS. I have too much reaction wheels on the center section here. It's not really required. The bottom has more than enough, and this here was not meant. I really am using it for more like when I'm in space and this lower sections come off. I don't have any reaction wheels in the. There you go. That's what it was supposed to do. In our previous launches, before we had those, these side rockets would like, run into the side of the vessel. So now the whole idea is the solid rockets basically kick them off to the side and get them out of the way, especially when we're in this lower atmosphere. Oh, it's not a cloudy day today. That's a bummer. Or maybe I just didn't notice it. I could have come up with a better launcher here. I think this midsection was just a little... Yeah, retro rockets, go! Go, go, retro rockets. Adios, muchachos. I think if I had any... I don't have any SAS or RI. Man, maybe the issue too. It's alright. We're fine. Gotten out of the planet's atmosphere, or almost out of it. Oh, that's right. We're doing 200,000 kilometers, which means it's like this weird ascent profile unless I change it. Change it? I don't think it. I didn't realize. I could have changed it, but whatever.
That's a lot of heat on the front there. Huh?
Yeah, it's okay though. It's only at 47%. It's just because we're starting to cut through the atmosphere a little faster than necessary. So, but it's a laziness thing. MechJab can do the launch. I don't have to sit here and do it. I'm gonna do the rendezvous and the docking and stuff with the space station. That's already decent. Enough pain in my butt. Then I gotta bring Jeb home. His habitation isn't looking good, but I think I could turn on the crew quarters has a habitation. It's supposed to give him like 2 years. So what I want to do is bring up the science section, so that the next time I go to Minmus, instead of constantly like I can just go out to Minmus and bring the science back to the station and let it do all of the sciencey stuff. Oh, I totally skipped circularizing. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't pick up either one of those chats, but that's okay. Have you tried landing using MechJab's guidance program yet after the update? I have not, mostly because I don't know. I seem to be handling the landings pretty well, so I've just decided that it was easier to do it myself, and running the risk of obviously it not going quite well. And then Demon says, I try not to use MechJab for launches and landings. Not as efficient as it could be going up and not that reliable on the way down. Yeah, I have definitely found that the way down is kind of it's a dicey situation, right? Sometimes it works great, and sometimes you're just like, oh man, that's really going horribly. So, yeah, I hear you. As far as launches are concerned, yeah, it's not super efficient, but honestly, it's a laziness thing, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Weird. I lost the old connection with the web chat there on my stream. Oh well, that's okay. I can still respond to you guys the old-fashioned way. By old-fashioned, I mean literally like under 24 hours, but whatever. Where's the space station? Let's keep going here. Space station is behind
Well,
us.
I'm going to bed. You made your lunch.
All right, all right. Adios,
Enjoy.
muchacho.
Talk to you tomorrow. Night.
User disconnected
All
from your
right,
channel.
got here. Bring this up a little and start crossing paths with him. That. All right. All right, moving forward. Let's see where we are now. We are good. Back end's good. You know, completely unnecessary at this point. Hmm. Unnecessary, to say the least. Forgot that I left an empty fuel tank there. So, see if I can get fuel out of it, shall I? Never been good at the whole docking part of the game. Guessing that's what you're referencing. Damon. All right, let's break this off. Okay. This guy. Point retrograde. Back in 1 second to deal with you. You are looking good. We have to bring you around again. So, speed you up just a smidge. Go. You. Lights on this bad boy. Okay. Let's keep going, shall we? Make it happen. So, first things first, let's... That weird green stuff. I think I have to make a maneuver here. To get myself to move a little... either a little faster or a little slower. I have to make a choice here. I'm either going to let this guy overtake me, which is fine. And that means I need to speed up a little. I need to slow down a little so he catches up to me. Go. Go. Execute this node real quick. And we are going to slow ourselves down so that he catches up to us. I can turn the wheel authority back up to 100% now that the back section is gone. BRSG, thanks for the follow on Twitch, bud. I appreciate it. That's awesome. As we continue our trek towards getting to the space station and docking our new nuclear reactor and related power systems to help with our science endeavors. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Now we're slowing down. We're letting the station catch up to us. Perfect. Now we're doing good. Orbit around 1 or 2 more times. Ooh, yeah, this is getting close now. At 500 kilometers. Talking. Nice. There it is, right there. Alright, so how did your stealth bomber build go? Oh, cool. Stealth bomber builds are awesome, man. Though I have 0 skill in space planes, but maybe I'll get there one day. We can fine tune that a little, shall we? I'm gonna do that. We'll get closer. Get closer. Wanna not let the thing overtake us too fast. I could get us like pretty close, but it was like 200 meters per second of like approach. It's pretty aggressive. Probably be able to pull it off, but still seems a little like needlessly aggressive. Okay, let's keep going around, shall we? Here we go now. Okay. Warp right to here. Closer. Closer. All right, and we continue to warp. It's a slow process, to say the least. Mech jab would probably get us closer pretty quicker, but I don't know. It's unreliable, and that's the concerns that I have. All right, so we now need to stop going down here. It's going to be our final approach. Final approach. This node now? Hopefully tap us right in. Just listen. Working properly, so get rid of it. Oh. All right, there we go. This maneuver will put us 0.4 kilometers away at a relative speed of 1.5 meters per second. Completely doable. There she be. Ooh, boy. There she be. Okay. So, say yes. Point us to the target, please. Click on some good old-fashioned RCS. Get us moving towards the target. Okay. Okay. Fortunately, the station is small enough and light enough that we could adjust the station's attitude relatively easily. Okay. RCS to straighten us out a little here. Closer. Okay. Remember your first docking attempt accidentally hitting max throttle when I reached 100 meters and flying right into the station? Yeah, I've had one or two of those exchanges happen. not perfectly centered here. Hoping that that's not going to be a big issue. Ching. Go. Probably don't need anywhere near as much of this cooling as I just generated. Mostly because I'd have to turn this, start the reactor. Hey. Warm there, huh? I guess I'm glad I put 4 of those things on. I'm glad I put 4 of those things on. That thing heated up pretty quick the minute I turned it on. Oh, you see, it's using up a lot of capacity, though. Maybe we don't need that many on. Let this one switch off. Core temperature is going up, but its load's not that high. High enough. At what point does that become an issue? Let's move into fix this. I can pull that. Let's see. All right. Now let's get back into the sun here so we can going on when we actually solar going on. I see. It's only when we're in the dark on the dark side that we even have it. It doesn't look. So here's what we do. Shut down the reactor. Probably do not need it right now until we actually have some science up here. Good to know. Might need more power than we realize. Okay, so that's done. So, okay, all right. Dump some fuel off of this side guy here, and then we will return him to the planet. Rocket fuel. That guy. That guy. Rocket fuel out to anything that will take it. Can't take all of it. A little bit of it. Probably. Yes. Nothing to transfer ours out to. Oh, I could have just done that. It's fine. No, it's not that big of a deal. All right, so Jebediah is in good hands here. Good. Well, code because you don't need anymore. Orbital retrograde. Dummy. Yeah. Yep, and we'll just okay. Done with that thing. So now we get the space station with some power generation, which I really just didn't realize how much these thermal control systems actually generate. Like how much power they drain. It's gonna be something we have to deal with later. Not right now, for sure. Jebediah's in a good place. I'm thinking Minmus. Thinking of Minmus landing here. Don't I have Minmus lander in orbit? Or did I leave it on Minmus? I left it on Minmus. I did. Yes. That's awesome. Okay. So, go down to the Space Center. Because that flight is over. Am I going to push the whole station in Minmus? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave this up here around Kerbin to assist with like construction, like orbital construction. So I don't know. We'll see. Right now I want to put science on there so that I don't have to constantly keep returning my launching vessel all the way down to Kerbin every single time. But no, the station will probably stay there. Maybe I'll build like a I don't know, like a larger vessel that can go, between Minmus and Mun. But I need to be able to generate fuel in space. That's the big one right now. I gotta go start mining anything I can get, to be honest with you. Alright. Open. Here. Man 1. Did a pretty darn good job of getting where it needed to go. I don't think I need to modify it at all. Okay. Actually, I should really change it to use this new lifter I just designed instead of the old lifter here. If I look at this, this is the final. Don't save. This is the final one, but it's like there's like a lot of excessiveness here, and it works, but I'm not sure I like how much it works here. So I'm gonna stop hitting the open button there because it doesn't do what I want it to do. I'm gonna go here to these lifters. Okay, we're gonna reroute here. updated version of number 1 there. Alright, it is a lifter. This is lift stage number 2. We're gonna merge in here to this guy. Perfect. Don't want that though. Probably going to need to deal with some I don't know, let's just I feel like this is going to get me where I need it to go. I need extra fuel up there. I mean, definitely get me in orbit. That's not even a question. I need more fuel up there. More fuel up there. Looks like it. Maybe we will just go. This guy. Don't save it. Maybe we will just go with the one we've already launched and have proven that it will get into orbit and into the sky without any issues. I mean, it's excessive. I get it. I get it. It's excessive. By golly, it does the job. The only problem is these stages. Maybe I should fix that real quick because I was having problems with these stages. Having a problem with these. Oh. Better. The other ones were a little aggressive. What's max are 75, 325. I didn't really need quite the thrust I got out of the last one. So let's go with these smaller. So what method do you use to figure out just how much your lifters can lift safely? Well, I mean, basically what I would do here is like I would delete the lifter from this equation, right? And I would just determine like, well, what's the weight of this vessel up top? That's why I'd create the that's why I'll create like the payloads first, and I can get a sense of like, okay, this payload is 34, 34,000 kilograms or something along those lines. And I know that if I can get this up safely, which this one has gone up safely, except for some minor staging issues, which I'm fixing right now, then I know it's like, okay, well, I can lift 34, kilograms, where I need to be. So it's like it's stage, let's see. Stage breaks it all away. Perfect. Stage 4. It's like stage 3 where the engine kicks on. It's got a mass of 29,000 kilograms. So I know that this has gone up before. It will go up again. So, but if I wanted to maybe bring something different up with this exact same setup, I just need to make sure I don't go over, like, let's say for ease of this conversation, 30,000 kilograms. I know that that's the mass of this payload that I'm bringing up. This one's kind of works, but it's like I'm using older engines, so it doesn't necessarily work as great. Now I can actually change out lower engine here, something that's a little better. That one's all well and good, but that one's not the best one I could be using. No, not mistaken. It gives us 1,500 newtons of thrust, kilonewtons of thrust. It gives us 1,900. 285, 275. Something better. 95. That might be too big. This is the newer engine that we got, the Griffin. She packs a bigger punch. So let's see. Finish putting these So we fixed some of the staging issues that we had last time with these rockets not getting off properly and then ending up causing a lot of extra problems. So worth it. And then this breaks off. These kick on. Better versions, I bet you. I'm using the Versa. Is 900 kilonewtons, 90 kilonewtons, 3.5 ISP. Better. Pretty. Not really. No. Nope, no upgrade. Alright, so this kick on, and those break off, that comes off, that opens up, that kicks on, okay. Kerbals, we'll bring Valentina, Mundos, and Bob again up. Launch. Okay. Rock and roll. We'll give this the old manual launch for the evening here. Keep mech jab benched this next launch. See how we do. I think I forgot anything else. I sure hope not. Alright, information here. We'll let mech jab play a little with what's going on here, but nothing too crazy. Let's see, got this. Alright, let's kick this on. AS is on, stability is enabled. Shooting for probably 100,000 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. And launching in 3, 2, 1. Alright, and we're off and running. Current stage, you got 10 seconds left on it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stage is losing fuel. Adios, stage. Starting gravity turn. Slide. All right, working on our parry here. 1000's our target. Using this. $75. I'm final. And the solar panels myself. All right. We're almost there. But surely. Neck jab would have probably done better than me. Okay. Perfect enough. Okay. Shed some of the dead weight, shall we? Okay. Next, we are going to min mus. Yep. Match planes at the target. Target, great. Nope. Keep next. Command 1. Okay. Next, set up this transfer. Slight adjustments to our entry vector here. If I fine. All right. Well, ever since fixing the landing leg bug, it was nice to be able to land again in the game. I tell you what, those legs blowing up at like 0.1 meters per second was disheartening to say the least. All right, and where are we at now? Ooh, excuse me. All right, I like it. Ooh. Retrograde. Die. Yep. All right, so at least this stage. That dude our orbit. Pretty much nothing at all. Oh, thanks to the Twitch follow. Warlock Waldo. Like it. Yeah, let's retrograde action here. Target though. You to get somewhere in the vicinity of that guy. That'll do. Enter. There it is. That is a mighty big mountain on Minmus. I didn't realize how big that thing was. Let's run. Whoops. Easy. Do that. Looked it a little early. Should have waited a second. Okay, match plane target. out. Here, you're gonna be there. Okay, well, I'm gonna orbit that and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Here, we got. Oh, that's aggressive. Aggressive, but not impossible. Not impossible. Wow. We're gonna try it. Bit of an aggressive maneuver because it's gonna leave us in kind of a weird position when we have to match velocities, but not an impossible position because we could match velocities. Have enough thrust, and I'm pretty sure our thrust to weight ratio is, yeah, I mean, pretty freaking high. If we kick that engine on full speed, it's gonna do the job. It's gonna get us where we need to go. Puts us. If I fine tune it though, execute that node. What happens? I can fine tune our approach. Kind of far away, but at the same time, we also have time warp, RCS, plenty of other little tool tricks to get us where we need to be. Oh, any of that. Okay. Bring us to the target. Here we go. Yeah, no, okay. Oh, nice. 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 I don't think I actually have to do anything. I'm pretty sure we nailed the maneuver. It's showing us pretty much directly on target there. Probably gonna change to get closer, but speeding time up just a smidge, just to get this closer a little faster. Meter per second should be more than enough for what we need here. Meters. 1 meter per second. Pretty good here. Alright. Full transfer action. Not using guy quite yet. Okay, transferring some fuel in. Have I heard any rumors about a KSP 2.0 in the works? I have not. Admittedly, I have not necessarily gone out looking for it per se. Though I know that Humble Bundle just released KSP in part of its package, so maybe there'll be even more purchases, which maybe will open up the idea for them to expand more on the existing setup, right? Okay, finished all of our answers. Make sure we don't have any science sitting there. Humble Bumble, yeah. That would be cool. I wonder what it would look like. But it would be pretty awesome. I hope they kind of expand a little on some of the features and offerings that they have. You know, and a little, not that I have a problem with modding, but you know, when it's built into the game, sometimes the game's designed to run a little smoother with it. So we don't need that. We don't need this quite yet. We need to transfer crew, but we already know we're not going to be able to transfer crew because even with cancel that. Try it again. Open the hatch. Open the hatch. For crew. Yeah. I think it's because it's too small. I think that's what I'm going with here. That these are not big enough for a Kerbal to pass through, and connected living spaces is basically blocking the ability for us to do it. Right? Because it shows that this is passable. It shows that that's passable to here. It does not show that we can go. It says unrestricted crew transfer. But for whatever reason, it does not want to do it. And if you go into here to ship manifest, we specifically tell it to do it. It says to you that it's limiting it for some reason. So whatever the case. Valentina, EVA sister in there. Yep. Thing. Board? As whole different story. Back on. Telling myself I should have an action group every time I do. I have an action group, but I don't. All right. While we're not going to mech jab do the landing, we are going to use mech jab's landing guidance to help us find a place that we haven't landed before for science purposes. Lots look like options. Did greater plots already. Midlands. Stop that. Probably like. Or stop. Added a maneuver. Stop our orb. That. Hit the brake. Up. That puts us lowlands? Lowlands. A lowlands. Okay. See if I need lowlands. Min must. So. Okay, we have no surface samples from lowlands, so I guess that's where we're going. Lowlands. So, yeah. Do it. So, let's just do the maneuver. Execute when ready. odd. She must not have the experience. She's a level 5 pilot. Oh, with this thing. Last time I had to change out. Go here. Switch to this guy. Let the game reload the ship because for some reason SAS wasn't working properly. I don't think that's enough. That attack biome is lowland. Okay. We'll, retrograde to surface, and then we will bring ourselves down a little bit. Land right in. So then it must be 1,000. Here we go. Again. There. Okay. Impact in 6 minutes. Still on target for lowlands. So that landing area isn't too uneven, so it does 100% look uneven. Definitely does not look like the safest place I could be landing right now. Fortunately, we have ground tethers on this bad boy, so we'll be able to kind of use the stabilizers to keep us where we need to be. But this is probably not going to be the. I don't think we're going to die. I don't think any of the Kerbals are going to be lost, but. Tell you what, Valentina's probably going to be none too happy with me. "30 seconds until impact." 'Impacted. 25 seconds. 5 seconds. 20 seconds. Starting to slow down my descending. Thanks, Solo. I appreciate that. Hopefully this one will be equally as successful as the previous ones. If I could just amp it in. Okay, I might have cheated with the ground tether a little, but hey man, squad built in, so just gonna say that that counts. But we are totally on the edge and have like one ground tether holding everything in. So, life definitely not a NASA-approved landing by any means of the imagination. But we can do some science. Sorts of science here. Almost done doing science. Almost done doing science here. A couple hours tonight building a little rover for one of our fellow KSP streamers. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta work on my rover skills. They're subpar to say the least. But I think my issue with rovers is weight. Weight. We're not gonna get down on the ground though. Bob's seen the ground a couple times already. $50 by 02. Alright, sent guidance. I guess up to 200. Not 600. Oh, with the Making History DLC? Is that what you mean? Yeah, it seems to have some pretty cool parts on it. Away we go. Alright. Getting into orbit, and then we will start our approach onto Command 1. Drop our science off. I do have the Making History DLC. I played like 1 or 2 missions, but I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan. I bought it though because I wanted to support the game regardless of whether I liked the DLC or not. So I'm sure if I go back and give it another try, I may like it a lot more. Oh, what's the chances of that being that? Match velocity, target. Closest approach. Way off. Oh, only way off depending on how far off we go. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Full disclosure, Solo, I don't know what the levels actually get. I think I have to work on that. I think that's supposed to be like a chat incentive of this bot. So Deck and I are going through the documentation and trying to figure out like what that all means. But hey, congrats on level 2. Oh boy. Oh, we're close. That works. Everyone loves levels. That's what Blizzard tells us when we play Worlds of Warcraft. Just keep leveling. Level everything. Alright, great. Place right now. Point to target. Okay. Looks like we're directly on target once again. Nice. That makes life a lot easier. The life a lot easier. You only have to do it one time. We're gonna drop down to 1 meter per second here. We're gonna use a little more time warp to get us closer. There. It in. Oh. Yay. Appropriate. Oh no, come on. Why did I hit those? Really? Oh man. I got them all messed up. Alright. Yeah. Cracked. Cracked. Power's good, yes. Science transfer. Totally clicked out of the window. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, so all of our transfer science is transferred. Bob's gonna quick EVA and next. Got a lot of fuel left over. A lot of fuel left over. Even though I left all this fuel in here, the question is, should I change my inclination here? Right now we're at 0, but I'm wondering if, like, what we do is I just do it. Like, do we make a change like that? Big. With the body us. Yeah, we got actually a decent amount of mid-muss already. What we're missing are the poles, it looks like. Anomalies. Okay. Have any weight. Need that. Okay. I don't care about that. Map type. That's biome. No, this thing can't tell me slope. Okay. Can't tell me. Can tell me biome though. So alright. There's that. There's that. What we'll do is just do maneuver planner. We could change our inclination here. Inclination to 45 degrees. Okay. Ooh. I guess so, yeah. So we're start going around like that. Isn't horrible. It can give us landing in the upper and lower areas, which is more science. Alright, we're gonna execute that node real quick. Seeing as it's 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll probably execute this node, dump some fuel off, and then make our way back to Kerbal with the science that we have. I was thinking about pushing this into low orbit and do a couple passes and pick up some of the stuff that's in like low orbit of Minmus, but honestly that's just a little aggressive, I think. I could technically do it remotely too. I don't really have to be here to do it, but I think we'll be okay in our current situation. Oh wow, really? Okay, so it is getting quite late. I knew going into it this would be a late one though. My day tomorrow is relatively easy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have to parent, like it's not nothing easy about that, but no. It should be a good day tomorrow. Be fairly straightforward tomorrow. Good enough. Yes, I only have 2 kids solo. I have 2 boys, 8-year-old and 5-year-old on Wednesday. So they're very boy all the time, which is great. Actually, I'm super stoked by it. Lots of boy. I grew up in like a family of like of pretty much my mom, my sister, like all women around me at all times, which is fine. You know, no issues with it, but it's definitely a different experience. Different experience where like boys outweigh women in our house. It's interesting, to say the least. 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, huh? Wow, that's cool. Awesome. I like that they're close in age. My two kids, you know, they get along pretty well. And being boys, they have a lot of similar interests. I suppose even boy and girl could have similar interests, but yeah, they get along really well. So we're very fortunate that they like to play and like a lot of similar stuff because they kind of are their own best friends, so to speak. Or you know, they spend a lot of time with each other without necessarily fighting or just or arguing. Well, okay, they argue, but not all the time. I am finding as like they get older, things get easier. So as much as I'm not wishing away the young years, like I am excited to see them in their, you know, as they get older. But you know, I don't know. I don't want to be 14 and 12 quite yet. And a 12-year-old girl, well, man, that's you have stronger parenting skills than I have. I'm deathly afraid of the idea of ever having a girl as a child. I don't know if I'd be able to parent it. My wife's a handful. She's all the girl I can handle, I think. Let's get some fuel out of this bad boy because we certainly do not need it all in here. Get this guy back on curve. Not a problem. RCF. Rocket fuel. That leave a second. That's gonna be an issue. Dock this. uh, that's funny, Solo. And it totally I can see it. I can see it. I can imagine the frustration where you're like, no, I know you should know this. This is something I know that's well within your wheelhouse, and yet for some reason, nope, nope, doesn't work that way. Oh, guys, I've been hitting one there, huh? That'll work. It actually worked well. Not doing that. where we're at here. Please tell me this hits the sun. Blocked by something. It's not. Awesome. Okay, Munlander. Thank you for yet another successful mission. We appreciate it. Hold on, Munlander. You have a maneuver built into you? All nodes. Good. Maneuver node. Move all nodes. Create a node. Fix the node. All sorts of messed up. Oh. Don't run into Mun on the process either. Execute next node. Rock and roll. Top Gun action. Top Gun. Quite possibly one of my favorite movies. Maybe not of all time, but big fan of Top Gun. Yeah, this final version, and you know, it does certainly help that we fixed the landing legs, but this current version has been doing very well. Probably not the most efficient lander. I actually looked at the Mooner excursion module we talked about, and so I guess the whole idea is like it's meant as like the Mooner excursion module is meant as like the ascent stage after you've landed on Mun to be very similar to like the Apollo missions where it's like you build the lander, you land, and when you're done, basically pop that cork and just launch that guy straight up into the sky, and he's supposed to get up into orbit relatively easily. So it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure I'm going to build a vessel to do it just because I'm kind of past that point now, but I don't know. It's an interesting idea to say the least. Circular eyes. Really? Oh, tell me I am. Yeah, really, because you're still in orbit of Minmus. I've always find it interesting to see other people's solutions to landers and such. I've watched you make this one and then remake it. Yeah. Well, once I get a good, I feel like once I get a good handle on what the lander can do, then I try to like reuse the design, obviously. But since fixing all of these plugins now, that this design that I have is it works, and so I haven't had a lot of time to redesign the new one. And as much as I would stream redesigning it, sometimes that can drag on a little. So I try to like design the ships offline and then come back to them to do the actual missions. I just need to find time. I'm hoping I get time tomorrow. Um, hoping I get time tomorrow to do that. Great. Awesome. Working out really well. A lot of extra fuel left. I mean, I won't be left with a lot of extra fuel, which means I just left this lander almost fully stocked and ready to go. He could land right now if I had the direct communication. Do his science and come up. The only thing I wouldn't get is EVA and surface samples, but I'm thinking about how we address that later on here. All right, this is awesome. Yeah, cooking. 100 meters. I would say the most appealing part of this game is the designing of ships and landers and rovers and like seeing them in action, right? Like the one USI plugin has the Honey Badger, like, which is it seems like it's a pretty like legitimate like vessel that they've kind of designed, do a lot of like landings and takeoffs from various planets with a lot of different options, but kind of hesitant to build it because I really want to see if I can make something that can do what that thing does, but through my own kind of construction. So I don't know. I like the idea. That was awesome. So now I get to land. Ah, that'll do the trick. Beat this next node, and then we're off to landing. Pick up our science. 600, I think, what we're looking at right now. I'm tempted to, after I get this science, work on some better communication satellites and actually send an start an unmanned probe mission out to Duna, and just let it go while I do some more of these Minmus missions, because it's going to take a while to get out to that probe to get out to Duna. So I'm looking at the higher end radio. I can reach Duna pretty reliably, though I think technically I already meet the needs where I am currently. The retrograde orbit right now. Or no. Yeah, well, it's interesting. I used to use remote tech, but I've loaded it in this game, and every time I load it, the game loses its business. And so I've always had some. So I'm using just the stock comms. As far as antennas, stock comms make life a little easier. But the idea is that direct if you're gonna use if you're creating a satellite system around Kerbin, let's say, then you want to put you want to use relay antennas, not direct antennas, because the idea is you want to be able to take communications from, let's say, MUN. So if I have a radio, let's see, probably not going to show up here. Actually, it will show up here, right? So here's all my green lines, and so this green right here, let's say the one off COM2, okay? COM2 it has relays on it, so the lander at Minmus has a direct radio. And that direct radio is sending a communication to COM2, which has a relay, which then can relay off of itself down to Kerbin. If it only had a direct radio, then I could only make a communication between the lander and the communication satellite. I would not be able to then get it down to Kerbin. So think direct communication is line of sight almost, or hey, I have a vessel and I want that vessel to be able to communicate with anything in the Kerbin space system. So I'm going to put a direct antenna on, because I'm going to have a Kerbal manning it at all times. So direct communication, right? You may think about using direct communication if you had your comm satellite here and you're like, well, I might want to be able to I might want to be able to just have direct communication, but there's really no need for it. When I was using remote tech, I'd have a direct communication satellite to help me get into where I need to be, and then I'd use relays to point where I needed to go. But in the stock setting, I use relays for pretty much everything, unless it's on my command vessel, on my lander. When it's a vessel that I'm okay, your purpose is kind of you're one side of the telephone conversation, so you don't need to relay anything. So you'll use a direct communication, and then you'll be bouncing off of relays. So that's the best way to describe it. Relays are your go-to for comm satellites, and directs are your go-to for your vessels, your landers, your rovers, and that type of stuff. But I mean, theoretically, you could use a relay, because it will do exactly that. It will do both direct communications and relaying of communications, store and forward, as I think with what it says in the guide. Hello, atmosphere. Goodbye, lower section. Starving, but you guys will be fine. Used remote tech in its early days and moved to something similar but less confusing called antenna rage, I think. Then most of those things were added to stock, and those mads kind of died. I use antenna helper right now, actually. That's so okay. Here's the mod that I picked up, because I was concerned I couldn't figure out. Oh, it's tracking center. Okay. Yeah, it's in the tracking center. All right, when we get to the tracking center, I'll show it to you. But it's called Antenna Helper, and what it does is it overlays your antenna ranges. So it overlays like max range of the antenna, and it also overlays like what your data transfer rates would be at the different areas. So it's nice because like I know that like right now where Duna is in comparison to where Kerbin is, like my current comm satellites will make it out there to send regular communications. But the problem is that as you know, I launched something there now. It's going to take like a year or something to get out to Duna. Maybe not quite as long, but it's going to take a while. So Duna will continue to move further away from me, and then I may actually lose the ability to communicate. So I want to get bigger satellites. I put a plugin called PlanetWiki, and what PlanetWiki gave me was nice. PlanetWiki 4.0 version 4. I mean, it doesn't really work with the Outer Planets mod, just because it's written for a version that's not being supported anymore. But the nice thing here is I can go to Duna, and it tells me my the minimum and maximum range from Kerbin of Duna. It tells me that I'm 6 gigameters away, 6.1 gigameters away. I go with giga because I don't know. I'm not really sure what the correct term here is for meter, but you know, so it's 6.1 big G meters. And the furthest it can be is 35.4. So my antennas around Kerbin right now can handle 8.0 G meters. But if when Kerbin and Duna are at their furthest length, I won't be able to communicate with anything out there. So the goal is to get an antenna that can support it and then go. The nice thing about this wiki is it shows other stuff too, right? It shows us information about like orbital period, like it tells like the delta V to get there, the delta V to escape. What does it take to land and take off? So I saw that and I was like, this is awesome. Like this is, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can find this on regular KSP wiki, right? But like, it's nice to have it in game because it's like when you're building a vessel and it's like, well, what do I need for my like lander on Duna? Well, you have a much better sense of it. Like my lander on Minmus, right? Like the delta V takeoff is 100 meters per second. That thing has like 2,000 meters per second of fuel in it. So probably a little. But Antenna Helper is super awesome because it shows antenna ranges, and then Wiki is nice because it kind of gives you that sense of like, well, here's what you're gonna deal with for antennas, like if, you know. So I really want to put something out there on Duna, and I think with this science, I'm gonna buy the upgraded antenna, which will let me do that. And then I think my mission is to build a vessel that I can get all the way out to Duna and get it in orbit, send it out there, and then put some higher end antennas up around Kerbin while that's going out there. Do another Minmus mission or something. Maybe bring science up to the station, and hopefully that thing gets out there, and I can do some like cool like science from Duna just to start, you know, getting stuff back from there. Probably should be paying attention. Wow. Guess we'll do a crew report over the grassland. Not done. We did an EVA report, but we didn't do a crew report. I clearly forgot to do something. Okay. Get those out now. Okay. Yeah, I was when I was looking at the other mods that you guys had mentioned the other day, and I looked at Outer Planets, and I noticed there was a reference to Planet Wiki. So again, like it doesn't work with the Outer Planet mods, at least not the one that I installed, but that's okay. You know, I'm like, I could start to figure it out, and with the Antenna Helper, it would make life a lot easier. And then, like, you know, when I go out to those outer planets, like, I mean, realistically, I'm hoping for a lot better vehicles out there. You know, a much more dynamic lander and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to keep building landers for every single place that I land, right? So, Gunny Steve, thanks for the host. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, we're done. We landed. I have a crew report. I can't do the crew report because I've been there. It's fine. Whatever. Pick this up here. See what kind of science I just got. For science. Nice. 473. Not sure that gives me what I want, but it's definitely an upgrade. It does give me what I want. This guy supports 60 Gs, which is exactly what we need to get all the way out to Duna. So that will be good. And there's new science in this one. I only have 530 though. That's a bummer. I don't think I'll be able to get anything else. Hoping for ion propulsion, especially for the vessel I'm about to send out there. But I could probably use the nuclear engines that we obtained. Nuclear propulsion probably give us what we need. They don't really need that much thrust. We just need to be able to get out there and then slow it down. Hey man, how's it going? Hey, thank you for the follow, Jake. That's awesome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, buddy. All right. My focus was this antenna. 100% my focus was antenna because I need this antenna to get out to Duna appropriately. So I'm going to pick up that research. Let's see. We got 236. What do you think? I don't really need anything here. I've kind of already dealt with it. Though I do need to start working on my airplanes because if I'm ever going to get out there, I need to get up to a better command module. This guy. Heavy aerodynamics. Mark III cockpit. Old NASA style here. So let's see. Supersonic flight gives us a better engine. Panther. Buy this. Pick that up. A little extra. Little science inside. How are we? I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. Kerbal Space Program all the way. Oh, we're going to talk about Antenna Helper. Let me bring that up real quick and show you what I'm talking about with Antenna Helper. All right. Trying to balance the two. Antenna Helper lets me. I was closer because it's super far away. Pick COM 1. Take a look here real quick. It is quite late. Pushing this one right to the edge. Gotta see why this thing is not picking up the comm information. Yeah, KSP is awesome, man. Big fan of launching rockets into space. Good. The antennas are on. Right, that's a good sign. Oh, there it is. Thank you. I'm not sure what happened there, but so basically what this shows me is this is showing me for my active connection for what is this guy, right? This guy is currently connected to, let's see, the active connection is Kerbal. It's showing me his total range. What it's saying here is it's saying that like yellow I think is like 100% or the best range I can get for transferring science, then orange, light orange, dark orange, and red. But it's saying that I have range, right? I can get out to as far as I want to go. So you have relays and then direct connections. So the idea here is like how much science I can relay. Oh, you got a space station in orbit. That's awesome. I have one as well. Not it's in the works. I got a command module, so I won't kill a Kerbal that's up there. And I launched a nuclear reactor, but Not really sure the nuclear reactor was a good idea, to be honest with you. It seems like it's probably a little more cumbersome than it needs to be. So yeah, so what antenna helper helps us do is it helps us figure out what we're trying to do here. So it's like I can tell it, if I'm not mistaken, it's telling me like where my comm ranges are and stuff like that. Like there's a way for me to determine. I think I do it here. Here. For the life of me, I can't remember. Settings are there. Antenna helper. Pretty neat. It's giving me better overlay as far as like what my antenna ranges are, because it's like you just don't know. I'm like 8 Gs, that's great. Like you could kind of figure it out, right? Because you know that Kerbin is like 3.2 Gs or something away from the sun, so you can do some basic math, I think, to figure out like right. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's 13.3 Gs away from the sun. Watching your stream while playing KSP? Yeah, that's all good, man. Good. So now what I want to do is I have this science. I really, really, really want to launch a rocket out to Duna. I want to do. I know that I can do it. I have to develop the vessel to make that happen. It might be the last thing that I do here. We'll see how my brain feels about that particular thing. Because I'd have to transfer all the way out to there. If I'm not mistaken, that transfer window from Kerbin, Duna, earliest departure. I say 0 here. I say like now. Probably not. It's probably like, no, you can't say no. So it would take 116, nearly 1,700 meters per second of change. Arrivals in 2 years and 72 days. Departure 1 year and 234 days. Can I get departure like earlier? Like not a year from now? I probably can. Probably can use a different setup here. This does not let me go below 1 year. Gives us an idea, right? That. I really don't care how long it travels, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's like 1679 for 264 days of travel, which is awesome, right? So let's see if we can. I think we can do it. Feeling frosty. Feeling frosty for my new communication satellite that's going to go out to Duna. Maybe we'll even get some science in this bad boy. Okay. Let's see. There. Load time's a little longer than I'd like, but that's with all these extra plugins makes it a little squirrely. All right. Start with an antenna here. Got like this one. As 0.5. Okay. Have a bigger probe. Oh, Orca command module. I didn't realize I unlocked that. That could be fun. Okay, don't get sidetracked. Sidetracked. Getting sidetracked. Okay. Getting sidetracked, but we don't want to get sidetracked. All right, communications. Now have a direct communication satellite that can handle 60 Gs, or a relay satellite that can handle 60 Gs. So the question starts to come down to, what am I trying to do here, right? This guy's not going to be a relay because he's going to go out to Duna, but he doesn't need to do a 60 G relay from Duna. He needs to do direct access from Duna. Now he might. No. We're going to use the Commutron. So we're going to use. Oh, what am I doing? Why did I hit that button? Stop it. Okay. We're going to use the Commutron. He's going to get us out 60 gigs. You do packet size of 3 MITs, 20 MITs per second. Use an electric charge of 133.3 per second. Track that antenna. Perfect. Okay, so this is Duna Probe 1. Call this Duna Probe 1. So we've got that communication there. Now we'll probably have to put an additional antenna on, and we'll deal with that in a second. We're gonna have to put an additional antenna on just so that way we have some communication. SAS action. Stop it. Okay, nice little antenna there. We're golden. Awesome. Many antennas I'm humanly put on this thing. Kerbally put on this thing. Okay. Let's break this out now a little further, right? This is not gonna stay. Okay, not that. Aggressive. This. Yeah. Nice. Oh wait, what kind of engines are we using? I didn't even think about that. We gotta use fuel efficient engines. Cannot be super duper monsters. This atomic motor might do it. That's 60. Decent amount there. And it's got an 800 ISP, which means I'm not gonna be burning through fuel like crazy. So let's change this tank. I'm gonna change this tank to liquid fuel only. Yeah. Big. If I go to the next step, I don't know. I think nukes would likely be best for such a long trip. I agree 100%. That's what I'm looking at right now. I want not that. No. Oh, I have one in the middle here. This one. Alright, so let's that. That adapter's a little too aggressive. Need Yep. That'll do. Can I change this guy's fuel? I can. Yay, it's already set to liquid fuel, even better. Its thrust to weight ratio is garbage. Maybe because I don't need that much fuel to do what I'm trying to do. Probably not. Let's go with like half the size. That's better. We're probably not even going to use that much. We're actually, let's take a look. Going to Duna. We know it's a lot to get there. When we were looking at it, it was like 650 transfer window. Urban Duna, roughly. We're gonna look at this again. But it looks like its insertion delta V was 643, which means more than enough. Way more than enough. Probably don't even need all this fuel. So let's start putting some other stuff in here though, because we do need to put in. I know everyone's probably like, more SAS. Are you sure? But yes. Mech jab's built into this now. That's fine. You have that power there. But let's not be skimpy, shall we? Okay, we don't have to be psychotic about it either. Impressive. Feels like I don't need to generate 24 per second at 3 panels. Do, however, need more electricity on this bad boy. That is for sure. Hopefully that's enough. How much electrical charge is there now? 5,000 electrical charge. What's this guy gonna use? This guy is going to use 133 per second. It's gonna need 20 points of data per second. Then we can try and find out. Quad. Quad. Quad? Nope, hexa. Science or okay. Orbital telescope. Rerunnable. Resettable. Runnable. So it had to be reset. Might have to store it. I'm wondering if I should store ring storage. That's probably silly. Okay. Telescope. See what else we're putting in there. Orbital telescope. Soil moisture. Multispectral imaging platform. Science do I get? Transmission is 100%. Okay, well if it's 100%, then it definitely makes sense to bring it. Not 100%, we would talk about it. Come up with a plan. But all this 100% science makes sense because, hey, why wouldn't we have 100% science? Big Snugs, thank you for the follow, brother. I appreciate it. Asteroid scanning science. Atmospheric sensor, no. Magnetometer. Yep. That. Okay. We had the magnetometer. Not Mr. Go. Oh. Yep. Oh. Nope. What am I missing? What other science are? As well. I mean, we don't have all options. So. They look like it. Probably just put. Ha! 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 Thanks, Solo. Oh boy, KSP for the win. I like KSP. Probably a bad thing, to a certain degree. They should be sleeping. Sleeping thing we talk about. Not right now. I thought this did more just terrain, but I guess I don't have the better scanners. I already have a biome scanner. Doesn't biome scanning already? And just terrain, biome and terrain. Okay, so unless I'm looking for that would be cool. But I think that that's just overkill. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna electric charge, water, outputs with hydrogen and oxygen. The alkaline battery takes hydrogen and oxygen and outputs electricity and water. To do that though, it seems like that's going to be really excessive for no good reason. So, just put a liquid fuel tank in there to wrap up the build. Can I change? Yes, I can change this. Awesome. Okay. So, let's go through the numbers here. We're not manufacturing, we have no logistics, construction, no colonization. Life support, don't need that. Lights? Need lights? Not really. Really don't need lights, like at all. There's, well, you know what? Okay. Tell us to put lights on the damn. Miss science on this? Did I miss science or just clicked it and deleted it by mistake? Let's just double check. Orbital telescope. Yes. Oh. Multispectral image. Yep. Sat. We have the antenna, we have hot press, we have that, and then we had fuel. Perfect. Okay, I clicked it off by mistake. Exactly what it. Did I install lights and they just... They're there. Don't look correct at all. That. Alright. Well, my OCD is not going to let me do that, so... Perfect. Well, she's not the prettiest Juno rocket, but certainly will do the job. Got lights. Don't need EVA. We don't need ground construction, hangars, deep freeze, utilities. I think we put everything we needed on the utility department in. Quick double check. A data camera. We just take pictures. I think. Not ships though. Science. Double check all of our science real quick. Science we're missing here? No. Nope. 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 Have it. Have that sensor. That. Not gonna break. Oh man, if I could fit that, I'm not gonna do that. We're already running pretty heavy with what we have here. Communications are electrical. We've got 5,000 electric charge, plus these here, plus those there. Decent amount of electricity. We don't need heat, ground, aerodynamics, none of that nonsense. Alright, so this is the Duna probe. And now we're going to build a vessel around it to get it out to Duna. But let me just, Duna. Tags in there. It is, final satellite. Oh, you know what? Better not be a big dummy about this. I've got to learn my lessons. Too many damn solar panels around the thing, and then when I try to go click on it when I'm out in space, it never fracking works. Right? Just wrong buttons there. Okay. Done. Almost done. Just tweaking. Little tweaks here. Probe's done. Now, lifters. Lifter, lifter, lifter. This was that stage lifter we had to make a midsection. Super duper excessive for what I'm about to lift though. Yep, it's kind of super excessive for what I'm about to lift because this thing is super light. So, for one, no. I'm clicking. Alright. Alright, so the Duna probe. Where's the Duna probe? This guy is not final. He's just satellite. This guy's fine. Alright. Awesome. Duna final. Let's start building it out, shall we? We're going to use most likely a decoupler at the bottom here to kick this guy out when we're done. That's going to be sitting on top of a bracket. That works. That definitely works. Nice. Okay, so got that there. Done. Next, our middle stage. Right off the bat, I'm gonna put any SAS on it. I don't think I need it because this guy's got it here. Let's see. First things first, I will use the radial one for that. So we don't need that. What we need is structure. Structure. Oh. Probably could work. Definitely will work. All right. Nice. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That'll work. Fuel tanks. Oh, it's monopropellant, isn't it? Why? It's like why isn't it working? Because it's monopropellant. That's why. Whoopsie. All right, so that gives us another 2,000 meters per second of change. And honestly, this is going to be all atmospheric, so we don't really have to do much else with it. We're going to put a couple of basic things on it, give us a little more functionality. So we're going to put attached radial attached control panel right there. Occasion action there. A little bit of electrical storage. Aggressive. That many. Lights. That'll do the trick. This little middle stage there. Fun. Okay. Next. Couple this bad boy up here. Nope. Okay. The color of the shroud. Does it really matter? It matters to me. Okay. We're done there. Yay. Now the lower stage. I suspect this is going to be single rocket. Actually, you know what? I bet you I could throw that in and call it a day. Pretty much. Unless I wanted to put more fuel in it. Probably really don't even need to. Big. a monster. Along with this guy. This guy did the trick. I'm not sure why I didn't just leave it like this and call it a day. Of course. I think that's what we're gonna do. That's like way more than enough. This first stage will get us nearly all the way into orbit, and most certainly we'll be out in space before we actually break off this stage here. And then this stage will put us into actual orbit here, and then all we need is another like 1600 meters per second at delta V, which this guy will probably give us. And then we have a whole shit ton of fuel left in that thing. So yeah, that's it, man. This is like all she wrote. So that's what we're gonna do. A bit of aerodynamics into that boy. Just make sure we don't major issues in flight. Don't really have the S on the bottom though. So I'm thinking, yeah. Should hopefully help a little. And then where are my little? I don't know why I like these tail fins. Definitely make me happy in the heart when I use them. I use them. Oh though, gotta get this higher here. I think that will do. So kick this guy off, break that off, kick that guy off, take the shroud off, break that off. Oh. Doing a final is ready for her maiden voyage, hopefully. The world. A little high, but it'll do the trick. Alright, so save this. Or craft it set up right. Duna Probe 1 Final is ready to go. I'm gonna send it right now, to be honest with you. It's a little late, but no, man, I've already pot committed it to being late, so might as well at least get it into orbit. And I mean, I'm not going to bring it out. Let's put it this way. I'm going to launch it to Duna, but I'm not going to fast forward the game like a year or like 245 days to get it out to Duna. So we're going to launch it, get it on its trajectory, and then we're going to do some other stuff around Kerbin over the next couple of days while we get closer, and hopefully we'll be a lot closer to this guy being in Duna, and we can play around with it a little more. So, sent guidance for mech jab because I'm not gonna lie, I am starting to feel a little tired. I do not think I'm going to be fully capable of responding to any unexpected issues. So, we're going to ask mech jab to do this for us. God, you know what I love about small rockets? What I love about like launching this probe is that this is easy, right? Like straightforward rocket, nice and straight, no extra stages around. It's like the center, like the whole thing is just an easier and more fluid device. Whereas like when you're launching those big stages, it's like it's so many more factors. I like it a lot more. Here we go, Duna Probe 1. Get you in orbit. Off to Duna. I have never successfully put anything in orbit around any planet other than Kerbin. will be probably the only like the second or third attempt of actually sending something out of like Kerbin's like sphere of influence and off to other things. So pretty exciting, pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see if we nail this. What we have to do though is we still have to put in like I have to send up 2 or 3. It will be quite an adventure, right? I have to put like 2 or 3 longer range satellites in orbit around Kerbin, but I'll work on that tomorrow offline. I'll at least build the satellites up. But they'll be very similar to what we see here because this guy pretty much has exactly what I need. Oof. We are hauling up there. Got 2 satellites that can service me, so shouldn't lose any communication with the KSP High Command. Edge of atmosphere. Probably not going to get this orbit perfectly circular due to the fact that we have to stage here after 110 meters per second, but it'll be close enough. Ooh. All right. Right. Antennae are out. I'm sorry, solar panels are out. Circularizing our orbit right now. And then we're going to do 2 things. We're going to look at this transfer window's recommendation for when we leave. Then we're going to look at MechJab's recommendation for when we leave because it has something built in. And then we're going to find one that allows me to launch this thing within a reasonable turnaround for time warping, for speeding up time. That I'm not sitting here for like, you know, the next 10 minutes watching all of my satellites do this. So, Lord willing, it'll go a lot quicker. Okay, most definitely going to be a program maneuver. So let's see. Transfer. Translation. Maneuver plan. Transfer to another planet. Okay. Planet. At the next transfer window as soon as possible. Using this mode voids your warranty. That's funny. Look at Dune as our target. Transfer another planet. Create a node. 1 year. Come on. Advanced transfer. Yeah, I like it. As soon as possible. Pick selection. Pork chop selection. Whatever the heck that means. As soon as possible. The departure in any time now. Create the node. And it's saying in 19 minutes, 57 seconds, I can hit a 1200 meter per second burn. That will jettison me out of Kerbin's influence in 2 days. And that will put me in, initial orbit must not be hyperbolic. Probably meaning, I have no fracking idea what you mean by that. Except that maybe because I'm not in a perfect orbit, it's possible. It would work. I mean, we'd still have to be able to do a burn. Like, we can't just like magically make that happen. But it would work. All right. Well, lines are getting all wonky on me. Let's do this. Do a couple of things here real quick. Some things that I know will help us in our maneuver here. Maneuver planner. Let's match planes with target. Ball nodes. Create a node. Match plane. Oh. I'm not doing it wrong. Circularize real quick and then I don't have limit time, that's fine. As soon as possible. Hope for the best. Of course, at 80 gigs, once I put the other antennas up, I can view new maneuvers. So it's not like I can't fix it long term. I think we're going to do this. So, execute now. Hope for the best. Plan for the worst. Which would be, the worst would be having to launch another one of these guys because I failed on the first one. But, you know what? Don't want to wait a year. Transfer window planner is kind of a pain in the rear end. All those. Probably from my... I'm going to activate this antenna. So we're bringing this with us then, because I got all sorts of extra fuel here. That's okay. That's not a bad thing. We could always kick this thing off if we needed to, long term. Awesome. Be around the sun. At Duna in 2 years, 45 days. At some point, we're going to have to speed up time. We're not going to... I don't know. Actually don't know how long... The game time's over. It's already over a year, so I guess it's only been a handful of days. So it won't be a big deal. Here we go. We are pressing the gas pedal down and hoping for the best. Bad boy up. All right. She be on an escape path. It's 2 days away. Current antennas. 3-1 prom, final to DSN. Potential relays. See, now this guy's got an 60G antenna, so he can hit like everything. But I need another 60G antenna to make that happen. So he can make a direct, his antenna will make a direct connection to KSP. I forgot, I don't even need to delete these because KSP's tracking center is 250 Gs upgraded. So we're good. This probe will work. It will be 100% communicated from when it gets there, if it gets there. Hopefully it gets there. And while we're over bases like this, we can transmit science. Might as well grab this science while we can, right? Very quickly. But then it's bedtime. Then it's bedtime, as it is. I'm surprised I don't have a child already in here asking me, "Hey, Dad, you woke up early." Yeah, early, buddy. That's it. I woke up early. Oh boy. All right. I'll turn this off. I don't need to know what's going on. Okay. That's where we're going to leave it. We're going to be doing a lot of fast forwarding tomorrow where we go. So for now, we're going to allow Duna Probe 1, right? That's the name of the ship. Let's see. Rename this vessel to Duna Probe 1. We're going to let Duna Probe 1 do its thing. Tomorrow we'll be back to check in on Duna Probe 1, as well as do some more Min-Mus missions. We might even send another probe out. I don't know. Maybe we use Duna Probe 1 setup, and we send a probe out to some of the other planets that are in our base sphere of influence around the sun. But for now, we are going to go back to the Space Center. We're going to say goodnight to Duna Node 1. Good night to the stream, because it is super duper early, and I should have been in bed forever ago. Okay, all good. Got to work on some chat unification. But have a good night, everyone. Solo, take it easy. Everyone else that's watching, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. We'll be doing some more Kerbal for sure tomorrow, so please stop on out, say hey. All of the new followers, welcome. Anyone who hasn't followed, be sure to follow, and I'll see everyone around. Have a good night. Cheers.